Hey guys, today I'm coming at you with a Thanksgiving side dish that is at everybody's family table, but of course we're gonna make it keto. So let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Alicia and I'm a sous chef with a sweet tooth. And I'm finally in my new kitchen after months of waiting. It has finally happened and we're not completely set up yet, but I wanted to get this video out before Thanksgiving. We got lots to do for Thanksgiving too. So I'm coming at you with a keto cranberry sauce recipe. And it's very simple. You just have two 12-ounce bags of cranberries that are fresh, or if they're frozen, you want to have them thawed, ready to go, into a big pot. We're going to throw in a cinnamon stick just to add a little bit more flavor. And then we got one orange. Now on keto, orange isn't really a keto friendly fruit, but we're only gonna be using a 1/4 cup of juice and just a bunch of the orange zest, which just gives you the essence of orange in your cranberry sauce. And then the only other thing is some water, and we're gonna replace the sugar with some allulose. Now I'm choosing allulose. You can obviously use monk fruit, you can use erythritol, anything you want. But if other people are eating this, I don't want to use a bunch of erythritol if they're not used to eating it. And I'm not a huge fan of it. It has that cooling sensation, but allulose has seemed to be, I watched a whole YouTube video on it, and it's like the closest thing you can get to real sugar. So that's what I'm gonna be using for this recipe. I already have a 1.25 cups of water. I'm just gonna be juicing another 1/4 cup of juice into here. So to zest an orange, the most important thing is just you don't go past where it's orange. You don't wanna get to the white part and zest any of that. So I finally have a microplane, but you don't need one. You can just use a box grater that has the small zester size, or I've even bought in a cheap one from the dollar store. So you don't wanna go past the orange. Sorry, I still haven't figured out my lighting. I don't know how this is gonna work exactly, but figure it out in due time. So I'm just gonna zest this whole orange in here. Make sure you clean off the back of your zester. A lot of zest will get stuck there. I'm just gonna juice this cut side up and try to get 1/4 cup of juice. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit more than a half an orange, so I'm going to cut this half in half, just so that my boyfriend can probably eat that other 1/4 of an orange instead of just juicing it all, even though I don't need it all. If you have a juicer, by any means use that. That is one utensil I do not own. Okay, so we have a total of a 1.5 cups of liquid. I'm gonna pour that into our cranberries. You can also do a piece of Star Anise if you so choose. I'm not a huge fan of that flavor, so I'm leaving it out. And then we're doing a 1.5 cups of allulose. Or like I said, you can use monk fruit. And then we're just gonna take this over to the stove, give it a good stir, boil it for about 10 to 15 minutes until all the cranberries burst. Now this is actually my first time using this stove. We literally moved in 2 days ago. I just finished setting up the kitchen yesterday. So I have it on about 6. We're gonna see how that is. I just wanna get all that sugar in there and dissolved. We're also gonna add a pinch of salt to this. You always add salt to sweet things also. It brings out the flavor. We want this at a full rolling boil, but they're already starting to burst and it'll get thick just from the pectin from the cranberries. We're just gonna let this cook. If it gets too much of a rolling boil, I'm gonna turn the heat down quite a bit because you do not want this to boil over. It will. It's come to a full boil now and it's popping like crazy. I'm gonna turn it down a tiny bit because like I said, it will boil over. Just keep stirring every once in a while. You can obviously be prepping some other Thanksgiving stuff if you want to put it on even lower so you don't have to worry about it. Just let it simmer away. See, it's already getting thick. Okay, we're just about done here. So at this point, I'm going to take out the cinnamon stick. Smells deliciously like fall in here. Cinnamon, orange, cranberry. They're almost all burst. We're waiting on just a few more and we'll be all set. You can also help them along by mashing them against the side of the pan. Doesn't take much and they burst open. They are nice and thick. Pull this off the heat, let it cool. is super thick. So this made about 5 cups. And I figured out the macros for everything we were using in this. And it's about 62 carbs for all of this. That's 10 half-cup servings, which I don't think you usually eat about a half cup. I'd say maybe more like a quarter. But for a half cup, it's only about 5 grams of carbs. Is that right? 6 grams of net carbs. I can do math. Compared to the canned cranberry sauce, oh my god, it's like 32 grams of carbs for like a quarter cup of that. So this is way less, which I know on Thanksgiving we're probably gonna be a little bit more lenient with carbs. I know I am. I'm not gonna be like counting every, little bite and all that. It's a holiday. I've been good. I've been losing weight. One day ain't gonna kill you. You get back on the horse the next day. You don't. I'm making a keto dessert. I'm making some keto cranberry sauce. I'm gonna give this a little taste just because I can't wait, but it's very hot. That is so much better than the jellied cranberry. Now, this is what you would do. You would just put this in the refrigerator, you have it ready to go. Now, most of my family, they eat the canned jellied cranberry sauce. So, I'm going to attempt to make a jellied cranberry sauce in a can. Now, all I should have to do is strain this and add a little bit of gelatin. And we'll see what happens. Like nothing's coming out. Now my goal here is to get 1.5 cups of liquid that I'm going to add gelatin to. That's 1.5 cups right there. Okay, so I just finished straining that little bit of sauce I had left. I'm keeping some chunky for myself, and my boyfriend I'm sure will eat it. So we're gonna save that. We'll probably make some cranberry mayo. It's delicious on leftover turkey sandwiches. Something we make at our work all the time. The members all ask for it if we have turkey. So I got about 1.75 cups of liquid here. I'm just gonna put a little bit in a pot. We gotta heat it up just so that we can melt the gelatin in there. And then we're just gonna mix that back into there and then put it into a can. It's probably only gonna get filled up to about here, but it's only 4 of us eating Thanksgiving dinner anyways, social distancing, small crowds and all. So I'm just gonna put 2 tablespoons of cold water into a dish. And then I am just gonna bloom a tablespoon of grass-fed beef gelatin into it. I'm just gonna blast this on low heat for a couple of seconds because it's still warm. We're just gotta bring it up to like a simmer to melt this gelatin that's pretty much bloomed already. Just started simmering a little bit. I don't want it to go too much because there's a lot of sugar that can burn in here. So we're just gonna stir in the gelatin puck, let it dissolve. You can also do this part in the microwave, which would probably be a little bit safer than putting it on the stove. So it's almost all dissolved in there. Once it is, you're just gonna pour it into the rest of your liquid and then pour it into your can. And then unfortunately, we're probably gonna be back tomorrow to unmold the cranberry sauce because I don't want to take a chance of it not being solid and trying to get the cranberry sauce out. Make sure you get it really mixed up in there because you don't want any part of it not to have gelatin in it. Okay. Now into our nice clean can. So after this solidifies in here, you're gonna cut the other side of the can so that we can pop it out. So it filled it up to about right here. So it's a little bit over half this can. So that would be plenty for 4 decent slices for all of us. I'm gonna pop this in the refrigerator and we'll be back tomorrow to unmold it. And we're here the next day and our jellied cranberry is definitely jellied. So we have to get this out of here now. Sorry about the audio in the last part. Getting used to everything around here. Forgot to plug my mic back in after I cut. And if there's any background noise now, I'm sorry, we are still moving. So my boyfriend's working on the basement right now. So we gotta get stuff organized. But to get this out, I am going to heat up the outside a little bit just to make sure it's gonna release. So I'm just gonna fill up a vessel with hot water, only to about here. We're just gonna keep it in for a few seconds. And then we're gonna just cut a little piece of the bottom, just suction release out of the can. And hopefully it'll slide out the top side. If not, we might have to take the whole bottom off and just push it out. We'll see. I think it's gonna release though. Turn it right upside down onto whatever you're gonna cut it on. A little air release. Is it gonna come out? I hear it. Okay, we're just gonna take the whole bottom off, make it easier. This is awesome. Making your own jellied cranberry sauce. You got the bottom there, it looks like your jellied cranberry can. And slide out. That's awesome. Our own keto cranberry sauce in a can. That's awesome. Oh, that's great. I'm excited. Let's slice this baby. This looks so awesome. See if we can get it on its side. I feel like a hot knife would help here, so let's see. And we got sliced keto jellied cranberry sauce for our Thanksgiving. So awesome. Oh, I can't wait to take this to my mom's. We got our fresh cranberry sauce and our jellied. Gotta try a little bit of the jellied cranberry sauce. I just took a little bite from underneath my little nice stack so it wouldn't mess up the appearance. But it looks like jellied cranberry sauce. Probably gonna taste really good with the turkey. It's so good. You get that orange in there. It's tart and sweet. Oh, it's so good. I can't believe I made jellied cranberry sauce. I've never even made jellied cranberry sauce regular, and I made it keto. It's so satisfying when you get the stack out of the can. Oh, it's awesome. I hope you guys try this recipe at home for your Thanksgiving dinner. It's pretty crazy that you can make this and it's keto. Now, you don't have to miss out on your cranberry sauce this Thanksgiving. If you do try it, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear how yours turns out. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. I'll be back with many more keto dessert recipes. Bye guys.